Okay, so here you have the parts. I'm just going to pop in the rulers on your view and go to page rulers, and you can see them here, Show or Command R. And within that ruler, just going to take the vertical and just give myself a vertical ruler guide. And I'm just going to make a three prong one just to start, but you can see there's all kinds that you can start with. So if I go ahead and zoom in, I'm just going to click, set that one point, and once I get up to this top piece, I'm going to make this little arch right here, kind of get the look of it, and bring it back. It's almost the heart shape that we've done before. I'm just going to hit default because I didn't have that on there. White, I'll take that part off, and click right there. So that gives me the first the first piece or image. Once I get to the section that has the color swatches, I can go ahead and take the reflect tool, click on it, just option and click, and duplicate this one. This is going to reflect it, copy it, and that gives me part of it. Here I'm just going to select these two items. You notice the ruler guide pops in there, so I can always go under View Guides and lock the guides, and there's the keystroke for it, Command Shift to semicolon. So if I highlight these two, just so I can duplicate it and rotate it around, I'm just going to go to Window and Pathfinder. Now Pathfinder, I already have some of these highlighted in here, so I can just click on that, and that makes this one piece, one image. Like I said, I'm going to do it 3 times, but I'm just going to make 4 copies just to rotate this around. While it's selected, just option and click right in the center point. And when you hit copy, you'll see, let's see if we can try this again here. We'll option and set it to the percentage. So if it's going to be 4 times around, if you can do the math in your head, it's 360 in degrees, 4 coming around. If I copy it, you can see it comes around to that shape, and duplicate it, and then simply take the last one out of there. And when I look at this, I may want to adjust this to drop this down, which I can always modify. And take this guy, just drop him down too. So now I have the 4 clovers. Very basic. Select them all, keep the Pathfinder open. That gives me that selection. Now I can take the pen tool. This part makes it a little bit easier. Just deselect everything. I'm just going to control and click over here. And just click and make a curve. Hold the space bar, I can still turn the curve. And that gives me that shape. It's the fill and the stroke. The fill is set up right there for it. And here is the swapping of the color. Take the black out. And now I have that piece. Now this part I can increase just by clicking on the stroke. Go into the weight of it. Just make it a little bit bigger. And if you remember, you can do the width tool. So when you take a look at the width tool, it'll let you taper pieces on the interior, come out to the exterior like that, make that clover piece coming across, and that gives me that particular shape. And here I can switch it around, change the curvature of it like that. I can do the same with any of these pieces. I can grab one of the points, just drop it in like this. If it looks a little too obtuse, I can just change that real quickly here. I can modify this guy. So even though they started out as symmetrical pieces, I have all the capability to change it if I don't like what I started, or if everything looked good. I just want to keep those options open. This is a corner point. If I go into the pen tool, take the anchor point tool, that'll let me set that piece again. So I can grab, and it takes 2 curved handles on the outer side of it. If I go just in the line segment, it lets me grab that piece, so that gives me a little more freedom, flexibility, ability to change the items. This one here has the 2 handles. Once you click on it again, it'll bring that part out. Once you adjust it, it goes to just 1 piece. So just keep that in mind. And that gives me this clover here. So I just wanted you to try to do the clover. You don't have to do anything to it, but it does give you all these options. And when you take a look internet-wise, again, there's tons of reference for that. Here's the part where I can just grab the line segment. and adjust it, which is kind of fun. So it'll give you some options as to think of where and how far you set the points and how you actually place that piece together for that part. This one just has the outline. If I don't want that piece on there, I can take that off. And now I have all these parts and pieces. Now keep in mind, this is a stroke. It's not a path. Or I'm sorry, it is a path. It's not a shape. These are all shapes. So if I try to bring all these together in the swatches panel, oops, move that out of the way. If I go again to window to take the pathfinder, if I've lost it, keeping all these organized, you can see that when you combine it, it all becomes crazy with the path stroked over. So what you have to do is to take this stem, for example, and go to Object, Path, and Outline. So here's all the pieces, here's the path, outline the stroke, and now it becomes a shape. So it was a stroke, now it's a shape. Now all these were compatible to join together. And again, as you take a look at the gradients, here's the gradients. I can toggle through, click through gradients if I want to. Foliage, might as well just try that one. This has X to bring in the fill. There's the fill to it. So when you take a look, it's a subtle change in the gradient. So when you take a look at the gradient file up here, here we have this one. You can see the green colors are pretty close together, so I can double click and change that a little bit if I want to. And do the same with this one, just darken it using different color choices, sliders and swatches and everything. And also can change it to a radial. And that's going to give me, when I click on G, the gradient in the gradient editor. Here it is as a linear piece. Here it is as a radial. So you have a lot of options to try to work from. Hit the tab key hides all the panels. Command R hides the rulers. Letter F just hides the background and gives me just that image. And Command semicolon hides the ruler guides. So that'll allow me to take a screenshot if I want to send this to somebody as a file that have a white background, that type of thing. Okay, so give that a try.